What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Living in Grand Junction, Colorado. Today, strolling around in a pretty typical neighborhood here in Grand Junction with an HOA, a homeowners association. And we wanted to do a video about HOAs and talk a little bit about why you don't have to fear them as much as maybe you think. Fear not! Here in Grand Junction. We're going to do it right now. What is going on, everybody? I'm Robert Hayes, and along with my wife Christy, we are the Hayes Home Group right here in Grand Junction, Colorado. If this is your very first time to this channel and you just want to know everything about what it's like to work, live, play, eat, sleep, and homeowners associations here in Grand Junction, make sure you hit subscribe, tap the bell so you're notified every single time we post new video. We're getting reach outs every day from folks looking to move out this way from all over the country, and we absolutely love it. So if that's you, or you have any questions about life here in Grand Junction or HOAs and what that's all about, that information popping up below, reach out any way that you know how. Give us a phone call, shoot us a text, send us an email, even send the carrier pigeon, because we've got your back days, nights, weekends when moving here to Grand Junction. So yeah, this is a typical neighborhood here in the Redlands part of town, south end of Grand Junction. It's a town of about, an area I should say, about 11,000 people. And it's not just folks reaching out here for the Redlands, it's anywhere in Grand Junction, the north area, Copper Creek, Grand Vista, Arabesque subdivision, down south in Spyglass Ridge. You are more times than not going to run into a neighborhood with a homeowners association. Now, some folks that reach out, they're asking us, hey, we want to stay away from HOAs, and that can be a good or a bad thing, but mainly the essential function of a homeowners association is to maintain the aesthetics of the neighborhood and uphold the values of the homes in that said neighborhood. So we have folks all the time wanting to know the restrictions, and really the folks that are not looking to be in an HOA, I guess it's those restrictions that they fear is going to be maybe out of bounds or above what a typical area of an HOA restriction or restrictions in that area might be. Now, as far as Grand Junction is concerned, we've had opportunities, Christy and I, to deal with several HOAs, including here in Independence Ranch. And really, you're going to find they're not going to be really that restrictive. Again, its essential function is to uphold those values and maintain that aesthetic appeal in the neighborhood. Obviously, the other bonus is you've got these amenities in these neighborhoods. Got a little play set here with the swings, obviously. Actually, swings are over here, barbecue pits, you got picnic tables, all that good stuff. So that's the bonus that you get with an HOA. On top of that, the entrance, the common area maintenance, and as you guys know, if you don't, the irrigation system here in Grand Junction, that water for your landscape, your front and back lawn, flower beds, that's all covered in your monthly HOA. Here in Independence Ranch, it's about $300 a year, so not too darn shabby. When it comes to other amenities, such as Spyglass Ridge in Orchard Mesa, you've got that fitness center, you've got a pool, which of course during the summer, usually about around Memorial Day, summer kicks off, and it's a great opportunity for the kids to meet other kids in the neighborhood with that pool situation there in Spyglass Ridge, clubhouse, fitness center. So those are the things that you're commonly going to see in Grand Junction with the HOAs. And I get it. You don't want to have too much of a restrictive HOA. And again, I've experienced that when I grew up in California and bought my first home out there. Yeah, the HOAs were just absurd, and It's just not like that here in Grand Junction. They pretty much are going to just leave you alone and let you pretty much do what you want with your home. Now, an HOA, as you know, really is just about the exterior of the property. You can obviously do whatever you want on the inside of the property. They just want to make sure that the exterior appeal, the aesthetic of the neighborhood is going to be universal for the most part across the board. And they'll give you some options, obviously, to look at as well. So here's a perfect example of what you get with your HOA, specifically here in Independence Ranch. So you got a little holding pond here. It's empty now. We're getting overnight freeze temperatures here late November, but your landscape water, your irrigation water, it's going to be right here. So again, that's part of your HOA fee here in Independence Ranch. Again, it's about $300 per year. Not too darn shabby. And then you walk up here, we'll walk up a little bit. They have the basketball courts for the kiddos, and so the money that you're paying annually is going to be for the upkeep. The play area over there, the swing sets for the kiddos, basketball courts. I remember when I used to reside here in Independence Ranch, one of those rims was broken down, the net came off. Within like a week, they replaced it. And again, those sorts of things that you're going to be paying for are really just going to, you know, provide you that neighborhood feel. The amenities here across the way, the basketball courts. It's a great opportunity to talk about roof situation. Whoops, got a stop sign shade there. We'll talk a little bit about that. But then you've got the common area maintenance. Nice little sign here that kind of tells you where you're at. Independence Ranch. In the spring, this will be all filled with, you know, gorgeous spring flowers, tulips, all kinds of cool colors. So that's what you're going to get when you get into a neighborhood that has an HOA or a homeowners association. Now, we will always provide what they call the CC&Rs, the covenants, conditions, and restrictions for any neighborhood that's going to have an HOA that you're going to, you know, potentially put an offer in on a home. And that just gives you a chance to review those restrictions. And typically, if you're going to see fences like this one here on this home on the corner, before you even get into the covenants, conditions, and restrictions, if there's a fence on the majority of the homes, you can pretty much bet that you're going to be allowed to put a fence in yourself. So this home here, they're doing a little roof repair, and so what that homeowner probably had to do, which is pretty common, is they'll go through the architectural review board, and the review board will say, okay, here's the, you know, 6 composite materials that you're allowed to do. Here's the 8 colors of the shingles that you can put on top of your roof. Again, to maintain kind of the commonality, and the most important thing, to uphold the value of your home and everybody else's home. Now, if this particular homeowner said, look, I want to paint my house Barney Dinosaur purple. Purple landscape. That's probably not going to fly, because you don't have really any other purple homes out here in Independence Ranch. But they're going to be reasonable, and they'll pretty much allow you to do just about whatever you want and give you those options. From a fence standpoint, okay, you can do vinyl, you can do wood, you can do chain link, you can do, you know, whatever else, maybe another couple of options. So they're not going to ever tell you no, but they just want you to follow, again, some of the common themes of the neighborhood. And then, you know, obviously you got these gorgeous amenities too. So don't fear the HOAs. It's not something here in Grand Junction that you really need to worry about too much. I would say over 90% of the homes that we're getting clients under contract on are in an HOA. Now, if you're a chicken person, chicken man, you're probably not going to be able to put chickens in your backyard. The chickens are not allowed. Here in Independence Ranch, you'll need to go, you know, be dealing with county zoning laws and that sort of thing on the outskirts of town, but you can do it. We have plenty of neighborhoods that might even have an HOA, but the HOA does allow chickens based on the zoning and where you're at. Again, it's probably not going to be in a neighborhood like this. So again, if you're worried about the restrictions of an HOA, I just wouldn't be. It's not something that, you know, that feeling that you have from maybe a bad experience in the past. you're basically going to have the ability to do whatever you want within reason. Fence height, maybe a shed you want to put in the backyard, you can go up to, you know, 12 feet. You can't go much more than that. Those sorts of things are what they're going to have in those covenants, conditions, and restrictions. But they're rarely ever going to say, no, you can't do that. It's just not the case. And so if you're afraid of it, you just don't need to be here in Grand Junction. So if you have any other questions about HOAs, areas that don't have an HOA, there are plenty. We can definitely point you in that direction, but don't fear them. It's just not that big of a deal here in Grand Junction. So again, as much as we love doing these videos, we'd love nothing more than to absolutely crush your real estate goals here in Grand Junction. So that information popping back up below, reach out any way that you know how. Christy and I answer all those personally. Give us a phone call, shoot us a text, send us an email, even send the carrier pigeon. We've got your back days, nights, weekends when moving here to Grand Junction. Until the next video, we'll catch you later.